The time 8:45 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here's the news edited by Lal Malavarachi and read by Tilani Pires. The government has purchased 5 million metric tons of paddy at present. The highest national vocational qualification in Sri Lanka at present, the NVQ level 7, will be upgraded up to level 10. Grades 5, 11 and 13 of the Western Province schools will open on Monday. The Mahasivaratri Day is to be celebrated in a grand scale on Thursday. And on news overseas, Paris cuts non-COVID treatment amid intensive care surge. The Minister of Agriculture, Mahindananda Alutgamage, says that the government has purchased 5 million metric tons of paddy at present in this season. The Paddy Marketing Board has purchased the paddy at the government-certified price of 55 rupees. Most of the paddy harvest has been purchased by the Ampara and Mullaitivu districts. The government advised farmers to sell their paddy to the board as much as possible. Minister Alutgamage pointed out that if the government gets the support of the farmers, it can prevent the rice mafia carried out by middlemen. Minister Dalasalha Peruma says that the highest national vocational qualification in Sri Lanka at present, the NVQ level 7, will be upgraded up to level 10 in the near future. The government expects to motivate the youth to follow degree courses based on practical skills rather than conventional subject-oriented degrees. Addressing a meeting in Kamburupitiya recently, the minister said measures are already taken to create a skilled labour force in the country. The State Minister Sita Ambepola says that the quality of technical courses at the Hardy Technical Institute in Ampara will be enhanced to suit present needs. The agriculture-based courses in the institute will be updated. She made these comments engaging in an observation visit at the Hardy Technical Institute in Ampara yesterday. The Health Ministry data shows that 155 more persons were tested positive for the coronavirus today. The new development has pushed the total number of confirmed novel infections in the country to 86,194. Meanwhile, the recoveries count reached 82,753 today, with 240 patients returning to health. According to statistics, 2,934 active cases are still under medical care. Sri Lanka has also witnessed 507 fatalities due to the outbreak of the pandemic. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Get a home loan now with attractive interest rates only from People's Home Loan.
Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa has instructed the Department of Hindu Religious and Cultural Affairs to take necessary measures to hold the Mahasivaratri Day on Thursday in a grand scale. The Prime Minister's office said that the Prime Minister has given instructions in his capacity as the Minister in charge of the subject. Special Hindu religious rituals have been planned to be held at divisional secretariat zones where there are more Hindus. Financial assistance will be provided for selected kovils. The Swiss Embassy employee Gania Bannister Francis has been indicted under the Penal Code by the Colombo High Court today for allegedly making a false claim that she has been abducted and sexually harassed. She has been accused of lying to embarrass the government and fabricating evidence in her abduction claim. Defendant Gania Barrister Francis appeared in court when the case was called today. The indictments filed by the Attorney General were then handed over to the accused in the High Court No. 3, presided over by Judge Namal Balale. Afterwards, the court ordered that the accused be released on bail. The case is set to be heard on June 4th, at which time the indictments will be read and the court will set a date for the trial. That ends local news for now.
Pay the interest on your own home without paying rent for someone else's. Get a home loan now with attractive interest rates only from People's Home Loan. Enjoy the option of paying only the interest for the first 5 years.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Vidya Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vidya Mahatmya.
Minister Professor G.L. Pires says that written recommendations related to reopening of schools in the Western Province have been received. Accordingly, grades 5, 11 and 13 in the schools of the Western Province will commence on Monday. Other classes will begin on the 19th of April. Admission of Grade 1 students has been completed, but the classes have not begun. Grade 1 classes in the Western Province School will commence on the 19th of April. The Education Minister said that academic activities of all other provinces of all grades in schools will commence on Monday. That was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya. Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
And on Watchlight tonight, the Deputy Director General of Health Services, Dr. Hemant Herath, urges the public to seek immediate medical attention if fever persists 2 days after receiving the Covishield vaccine. He has made this request as dengue fever is also prevalent in the country these days. Lasting fever may also be a symptom of dengue and rat fever. This is for the attention of the general public. That came to you in Watchlight.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always. All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
World News headlines first. Paris cuts non-COVID treatment amid intensive care surge. Divers find Philippine reef covered with single-use face masks. Thailand launches yacht quarantine for tourists. Hospitals in and around Paris have been told to reduce non-COVID treatment by 40% as demand for intensive care beds ICU neared saturation point. On Monday, take-up of ICU beds for COVID patients was just 83 short of the 1,050 capacity set aside for the region. France has tried to speed up its new slow vaccination campaign, but remains dogged by high infection rates. It has tried to avoid major lockdowns, and its health director said on Tuesday one in Paris would be a last resort. Divers find Philippine reef covered with single-use face masks. Personal protective equipment, PPE, is washing up on coral reefs close to the Philippines' capital, Manila. According to an estimate by the Asian Development Bank, during the peak of the COVID-19 outbreak, the city could have been generating up to 280 tons of extra medical waste per day. Environmental groups are warning that the plastic inside face masks is breaking down and being consumed by marine wildlife. They are urging the Philippine government to improve its handling of medical waste to prevent further pollution of the seas. Visitors to Thailand can now spend their mandatory 2-week coronavirus quarantine on a yacht. The government is hoping that the new initiative will bring $58 million in yacht tourism revenue. The move is aimed at reviving the country's struggling tourism industry, which was hit hard by the pandemic. Previously, in January, the country had announced a scheme to allow visitors to spend their quarantine on a Gulf coast. Back to the world news headlines. Paris cuts non-COVID treatment amid intensive care surge. Divers find Philippine reef covered with single-use face masks. Thailand launches yacht quarantine for tourists. That ends World News.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always. All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
Development News is brought to you by Live along with CIB from 1st to 15th March. Valuable gifts for every bill payment. Our products, our place. CIB.
And on development news, the Estate Housing Village program has recommenced after 6 years. The program was launched yesterday from Dharanyagola Maliboda Estate. The Urban Development Authority implements the program under the Indian government assistance. 170 houses are to be built on Maliboda Estate in Dharanyagola. Then houses will be provided with all facilities. That came to you in Development News.
Development News was brought to you by Nivea along with CIB from 1st to 15th March. Valuable gifts for every bill payment. Our products, our place. CIB.
Coming up, sports news. The National Rowing Championships will be held on Friday and Saturday at Diyavanna Rowing Centre. SLT Mobitel, the national ICT and telecommunications service provider, has come to power these championships as the principal sponsor. The championships is being held in collaboration with the Amateur Rowing Association of Sri Lanka, ARASL. Rowing heats usually are held under categories of under 14, under 16, under 18, intermediate and open categories. That's sports news.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply. Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
A facility has been provided by the People's Bank to pay Sri Lanka Insurance Life and General Insurance premiums via cash deposit machines CDM at People's Bank Self-Banking Units SBU. This is yet another step in the bank's endeavour to strengthen institutional connections to efficiently facilitate financial services and operations. The official launch of this service was held at People's Bank head office in Colombo 2 yesterday. That's business news.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money. Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Economic news, courtesy of...
Congratulations on your promotion. It will be our treat, huh?
How about today?
Oh no, I was just joking.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
Minister Ramesh Pathirana says that a pharmaceutical investment zone will be set up in Millava, Horana. 2 pharma zones had already started in Arabokka in the Hambantota district and Oyamadua in the Anuradhapura district, linked to the State Pharmaceuticals Corporation SPC. The SPC had signed a Memorandum of Understanding MOU to get the land of 64 acres and 83.3 purchase in Millava, Horana from the Urban Development Authority. The first phase will begin in March 2021 with an 8 billion rupee investment. That came to you in Economic News.
Hello, Puta. Did you land already?
No, Amma. We're in transit and our flight got delayed.
Oh, really? How is Shani? Poor thing with her pregnancy. She might be feeling very uncomfortable. The airport must be heavily crowded because it's a season.
Amma, calm down. Everything is sorted. Why, I have my LOLC World Card with me. We are at the VIP lounge. There's nothing to worry.
Those who spread goodness radiate happiness to everyone around them. Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
And now to conclude the weather report, the Met Department says showers will occur at several places in the eastern province. Fairly heavy falls, above 50 millimeters, can be expected at some places in the central, Sabaragamu and western provinces and in Gaul and Mathura districts. Misty conditions can be expected at some places in the central, Sabaragamu, Uva and western provinces during the morning. Meanwhile, the Natural Hazards Early Warning Centre has issued a warning of severe lightning in several provinces tonight. That was the weather report. And now to end this news broadcast, the main points once again. The government has purchased 5 million metric tons of paddy at present. The highest national vocational qualification in Sri Lanka at present, the NVQ Level 7, will be upgraded up to Level 10. Grades 5, 11 and 13 of the Western Province schools will open on Monday. The Mahasivaratri Day is to be celebrated in a grand scale on Thursday. And on news overseas, Paris cuts non-COVID treatment amid intensive care surge.